Well, hello there, friends. A little spicy dish today for us. We're gonna make a shrimp Fra Diavolo sauce. A little spicy tomato sauce. And I'm gonna put it with a goat cheese polenta. My polenta alone in this recipe is worth it. You're gonna make that polenta again and again and again. I promise you it'll be the best polenta you've ever had. I've never had a better polenta myself. Friends, remember, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're gonna make a shrimp Fra Diavolo sauce right now, nice and spicy. Okay, friends, well, let me show you how to make it. It's very simple, right? A little spicy, but we like a little spicy. And Fra Diavolo sauce is a sauce that is made with seafood. You don't like seafood? Don't put it in. Actually, you should put it in. All right, friends, I got some beautiful U15 black tiger shrimp. They look kind of strange, you know, grayish strange, but don't let it bother you. They got an amazing texture. So we'll remove the vein in it, and all you have to do now is I want you to remove the tail because I'm going to show you a trick, okay? So you push the tail and pull it out. You know, I save all this to make beautiful stock, okay? And then what I do is I take my knife. For those of you that have been on the channel for a while, you've seen me do this, but for those of you that have not, you have not. Obviously, if you haven't been here, you haven't seen it. Okay, so what I do is I cut the shrimp in half completely, okay? And the reason why I do this, friends, is because when they cook, they're gonna twist, and as they twist, they got a really, really firm texture, almost like a lobster. You'll try, you'll see, you're gonna be amazed, okay? So you take it and just cut it in half. Try to be as nice as you can, give two perfect half if you can do it, okay? Not that big of a deal, all right? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna saute them. We're gonna get them beautiful, nice, and saute. And let me clean up my table and my cutting board. I got a sanitized water, you know, that I always use. And so I want to make sure it's nice and clean. My knife, my table, everything always sanitized. I hate to work in dirty kitchen, friends. I don't like it at all. So I don't work in a dirty kitchen. So, all right. So I got a pan going. I'm going to put some garlic olive oil, and I'm going to give the shrimp a quick saute. And then I'm going to make a sauce. And then I'm going to serve them on my famous polenta. Let me tell you, when I made that polenta in a restaurant, when I made it in my cooking school, people were going nuts. They were happy, okay? This is the best polenta, I promise you. I made a video on it, but very few people have watched it. They don't know what it is. It said, you know, they call it the grits, polenta, call it whatever you want. This is the red meal. It's got the corn grits polenta. And you can get that at the grocery store. And let me tell you, it's fantastic. It's got a beautiful texture, but I'm going to make it special. I'm going to make it the way my mom used to make it, okay? You know, as a professional chef, my whole life I learned a lot of stuff. But can I tell you, some of the best stuff I've ever learned was from my mother and my grandmother. It really was. Some of the best tricks. It's really amazing. You think, you know, you only learn from professional chef. Well, okay, yes, of course I learned a lot. But some of this recipe you only learn from your grandmother and your mother. I don't know what it is. And may they both rest in peace. So, look. We got right there those beautiful shrimp. And I'm going to give them a quick saute, okay, friends? I'm going to give it a quick saute, all right? And then I'm going to finish cooking them in the sauce. Okay, first, but I want to give them a quick saute because for shrimp, it's extremely important we do this, friends. So as high as the heat as your pan can take it, really, really quick. To give them kind of like what we do with the meat when we give it the Maillard reaction. The shrimp, we got to give that little caramelization. The flavor is really important, eh? And you'll know immediately, friends, when they're ready. You know, shrimp are going to cook very fast, okay? Very fast. So hopefully I can do it where I give it a color all the way around it, and then I'm done. All right, then I'm done. This is really simple. I have about 3/4 of a pound of shrimp right there. This is going to give us 2 to 3 serving. And I know I'm not going to cook them all the way. But another thing, I don't like overcooked shrimp. But you know what I hate even more is undercooked shrimp. When they're transparent, I don't like them that way. I really don't. If you could smell right here, friends, you will know exactly. I mean, you've done it before, right? It's really important. The fragrance you get here, right here, you can't just poach them in the sauce. You got to give them that little sautéing right there. It's really, really important. Really, really simple, you see? All right. We don't want to overcook them, friends. Let's give them a second more, and then we're going to start making the sauce. Okay? And we're going to do it in the same pot, all right? All right, here we go. That's it. Boom. All right, so now, put a little more olive oil. We're going to saute some onion. Remember, the onion is always number one. Always, 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 always number first. Very important, eh? We're going to cook the onion. And we're going to let it caramelize a bit. A little salt and pepper. The shrimp smells amazing. This is such a simple dish to make, friends. Such a simple dish to make. I got some crushed tomatoes. You can buy just whole tomato and squeeze them. Those are crushed tomato. I got a hot chili pepper that I had left over. I like it. I like this Fra Diavolo sauce. It's got to be a little spicy, yeah? So I got a little bit of there. First, I got the chili flakes that I'm going to put in there too. I got some fresh thyme that I chopped up. Chopped up yesterday, turned it all brown. I got some chopped parsley, of course. I got some garlic. I got a little bit of tomato paste. And I got dry oregano. I was talking to my sister the other day, and she said, remember, Mama always used dry oregano. They always use, because sometimes the fresh oregano don't taste like nothing. And lately, in Fort Lauderdale, dry oregano, Mama mia, you put it in, you have no idea it's in there. But the dry oregano, you know it's in there. You just know it, all right? So, we're going to continue. I'm going to sneeze. Remember I told you that trick? I just did it. You take your tongue and you put it on top of the mouth. It looks funny, but you don't sneeze. And when you're cooking, it's not a good idea to sneeze in front of your food. Now, if you're cooking for family, you're going to have to take it. Oh, Mamma mia. We're going to get some comment about that. Oh, the chef who sneezes. All right, friends. I'm going to put a little garlic in here. See the onion, nice caramelized, right? You like them? We're going to put a little garlic in here. About a good tablespoon, healthy tablespoon. This is about a teaspoon of a hot chili pepper, if you got them. Same thing, a teaspoon of the chili flakes. I don't know, a teaspoon of fresh thyme. Use whatever herbs you want, friends. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put a little bit of the tomato paste. That's going to give us body. And we're going to saute the tomato paste. And caramelizing the tomato paste is also important to do, friends. I don't always have the time to do that when I cook, or it's not appropriate, but to caramelize the tomato paste with the garlic is also wonderful, friends. You smell it. You smell it. And that smell that I'm smelling right now, then you can't smell until they invent smell-o-vision, is the whole dish. We're going to deglaze it with a little bit of Pinot Grigio. You can put a Chardonnay, you can put whatever you want. It's all Italian, so we'll put a little wine in there. Not much. What do you think that was? Half a cup? Yeah, somewhere like that. Let it evaporate it. Remember, when you're putting wine, you gotta let it reduce. Reduce, reduce, reduce. Right? It's looking good so far. There, beautiful base, friends. And now we're gonna take the crushed tomatoes, and this ladle is about 6 ounces, 12 ounces of it, and we're gonna let this cook. And this, my friends, is a tomato sauce that just baptized my jacket. Here you go. All right. Now we're going to make the polenta. Let me wash my hands. Voila, everything clean. All right, friends. We are now we're gonna reduce this, cook it slowly, and now we're gonna make the polenta. All right. Polenta, very simple. We're gonna stay here with the sausage that's gonna do its thing. You know, I'm gonna put it in a smaller burner because this is too high of a burner. And voila. All right. So now, we have 2 cups of chicken stock. We have 2 cups of chicken stock. We have 1 cup. We have 1 cup of buttermilk. Gonna put those 2 together. And then we have 1 cup of that cornmeal, the polenta I was showing you earlier. And we're gonna wait for this to be hot. And we're gonna put it right in there, 1 cup. Okay, it's measured. This recipe, friends, I promise you, you have to make it. It's amazing. In the blender, we're gonna put 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs. 3 whole eggs, 1 cup of corn, 1 cup of corn. Pretty simple so far, right? You have to admit. Very simple, right? We're gonna mix those 2 together. Make it nice and smooth. You watch this polenta. I promise you, friends, if you make it, you're not gonna believe it. You know, most of the time you go to an Italian restaurant, with all due respect to so many wonderful Italian restaurants out there, they make it, but it's watery. It's just watery. They use water in it. You know, I don't use water in anything. I don't like to use water. And I find it doesn't have that much depth in flavor. This, you're going to love it. I promise you. I got a cup of shredded cheddar. I use a beautiful cheddar. You can use Gruyere. You can use Swiss cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. As soon as this is hot, we're going to put the cornmeal in there. All right? And then we're going to mix it all up, and we're going to make this amazing polenta. Let's wait for a second for this to get hot. Okay, so it's to the boiling point. Now we're going to take a cup of cornmeal, and we're going to bring it up. Really simple, right? Friend, this child could do this. There's nothing to it. We're going to cook it up, and then we're going to put the eggs in there. And the eggs, of course, is going to cook it right away, you see? And you're going to have this amazing mashed potato-like consistency of a polenta. Then you're going to put in a plate, I promise you, you're going to love it. You know what I love about this food processor? This is a, what is it, a Cuisinart, right? Yeah. The Cuisinart food processor, finally, they got to figure it out where the blade doesn't come out when you put the ball upside down. Remember the old one? You put the ball upside down and that blade used to come flying out of there. And then the reflex, you would try to pick it up. Oh, not a good idea. You know how many times I did this? Try to pick up a blade like that. It's not a good idea. I remember one time, years ago, when I was doing my PBS show. PBS show, I was doing a pesto, I believe, or something, right? And the blade comes out, and like an imbecile, because I said, "Oh, I'm doing the show. I'm gonna catch it." I tried to catch it, and it cut me so good. And I was in the middle of a shooting series, and lucky I had a friend of mine that was a surgeon, a cosmetic surgeon, whatever they call him. He's gonna be mad at me now. And he fixed me up within a day, boy. You couldn't see it. It was amazing. Anyway, cheese. Remember now, you're only as good as the cheese you're gonna put in, friends. Yeah, you put Parmigiano Reggiano in there, and then you know what I love? I love a goat cheese. So you don't have to put it in. If you don't like goat cheese, don't put it in. Okay? But I promise you, friends, the goat cheese has an amazing flavor. Eh? All right, so now we're gonna put a little salt and pepper. And voila. Now all I gotta do is cook it until I get consistency of a mashed potatoes. And that's gonna take a couple of minutes. You see, just gonna cook it. It's getting there. Make sure it's nicely mixed. You adjust the seasoning to make sure you're good. Then you change your tool. You now can take a wooden spoon, and you want to continue mixing it while it's cooking. All right, so it's gonna take a couple of minutes. And when it's all done, we're gonna finish the dish. Okay, friends. Well, it took a couple of minutes for the polenta to set, but I told you, mashed potato-like. So now, friends, if you want to make this in advance, okay, and a lot of people want to do this in advance, I don't blame him. Here's what I do, okay? I take a spatula, I clean my pots. You see, look, see the way I do it? Okay, simple, eh? Clean the pots, right? Then what you do, you take a plastic wrap. Don't worry about it, just turn the heat off. Put a plastic wrap and put it on top. If you don't do that, the polenta is gonna get really hard. So make it flat and take a plastic wrap, put it on top. And then it won't create a crust on you, okay? Otherwise, I promise you, it gets dry because look how beautiful it is. Now, the sauce. Normally, the tomato sauce, the chopped tomato that I use, have a lot more water. This is a little dry, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a little bit of chicken stock in there. You only do that if you need it, okay? Or vegetable stock, just a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more liquid, just a little bit more liquid, that's all. You see, look, not that much, just a little bit. So I just put a little more liquid, because I know it's gonna happen, and you know what I realized? And I forgot to put the dry oregano. I was telling you I'm gonna put it in. Normally you put it earlier, okay? But I didn't want to not do it. So the consistency is better now. And then when I do it, I'm gonna put my shrimp in it. Then I've already cooked, almost. And I'm gonna get them nice and hot, all right? And I was gonna continue cooking them. For those of you that may not, some of the shrimp they may not have cooked yet. And then we're gonna do two more things. One thing, we're gonna put some chopped parsley, because it's really important. Put that for a beautiful, nice flavor. I love chopped parsley. It looks pretty. And also, friends, I'm gonna do something else. I am going to put a zest of a lemon. And the lemon is gonna wake up everything. So it's really, really important. All right, so we take the lemon, and remember, the tool on top of the lemon, not the lemon on top of the tool, like all the ding-dongs out there. Actually, there's less and less ding-dongs, you notice? The other day, somebody was, some YouTuber that I have seen many times before, doing it wrong, was doing it right. He said, this is how you use the microplane grater. Good dude. Very good. So look, you do it right there. That's how you use it. See, you can see all of the lemons right here now, right? And all you got to do, boom, boom, boom. And let me tell you that one zest of a lemon, friends, is going to give you more flavor than 16 lemon. Okay, this is really, really important. All right, and this wakes up everything really nice. I didn't make it too spicy. Make it as spicy as you want. It's really up to you. But I promise you, friends, this is delicious. Just a little bit more chicken stock. Just boop, boop, that's it. There you go. That's about a half a cup. We are done. This is looking beautiful. All right, so now, all I got to do, friends, I got to take my polenta. Oh. Sometimes I wonder, it's the camera that didn't do that to me. I got to put a little butter in there, and in there. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Just turn the heat off. Remember, you put the butter, turn the heat off. And I mean, that's not mandatory. It's kind of important, really. And the butter, you know, makes everything butter. It makes everything better. Yeah, it does. It makes everything better. Yeah, it makes everything better. It really does. Look at this. Look at this. You see? You see how creamy it made it? Let me tell you something. I don't care where you're going. You're not going to find a better polenta anyway. I want you to make this, friend. I promise you. You make this recipe, you're going to go, oh my God, that was the best polenta, grits, pork, or whatever you want to call it. But let me tell you, this right there, friends, is amazing, okay? Put as much or as little as you want, but remember, mix that up really good. And right there, you got beautiful shrimp Fra Diavolo with an amazing polenta. All right, friends, we're gonna serve this on a plate. You put the shrimps on top, put the shrimps around it, put however you want it. It doesn't really matter, it's your plate. I'm gonna put them around it. And then I'm gonna put a little parsley. And then I'm gonna, there you go, right there. Little parsley, friends, right there on top. This is a simple dish to make, and I promise you, you're gonna love it. I promise you. I promise you. I like to eat it with a spoon, myself, but you eat it however you want. But those two together, I'm gonna burn myself. You know, I'm just gonna have a little bit of polenta because it's too hot. Wow. The lemon comes right through the freshly chopped parsley, the little chili peppers. I'm telling you, this is amazing. Okay, I want you guys to make this. It's really, really fantastic. You're gonna love it. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching, friends. Wow, let me tell you, Jack, this is like a heaven on a plate. I didn't want to put the whole shrimp in my mouth because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to talk, but I wanna. Wow. Let me tell you. Wait until you eat this. I gotta stop because I'm on a diet. Wow. Wait until you eat it.